Good morning to all of you. Now we'll continue with fluid management part 2. Okay, in the last class we have studied what is the fluid requirement, what are the different types of the baby who require the IV fluids, and then we studied what is the criteria for starting enteral feeding, and we just started with enteral feeding and we studied that we start with 10 ml. Then we divide into different doses, see whether the child is tolerating, whether if the child is not vomiting, then we gradually increase the breast milk by 20 to 30 ml, and then if it is more than 2/3, then we stop IV fluids. Okay, so till this we have already studied. Now we'll continue with activity exercise. Okay, now this is adjusting IV fluids with enteral feeding. For example, 1200 gram baby on day 1. Total fluid requirement is based on the table. You must be remembering that I have shown you a table where we have fluid calculations for babies who are weighing less than 1500 grams and babies who are weighing equal or more than 1500 grams. We had studied that we have the specific requirement of fluid per kg of body weight per day, depending on the weight of the baby, and on the 7th day what we studied that it is 150 ml for both babies. Okay, now we are studying how to adjust the IV fluid with enteral feeding. We have already studied the basic concepts. Now this is just an example. Now this total fluid requirement is on day 1 is 80 into 1.2 kg is 96 ml. Okay, total 10 ml per kg, 1.2 is 12 ml. Then this we are planning to give 6 hourly. Okay, so so this is how we give 6 hourly means in 24 hours it is 4 times a day. So that is why 3 ml into 4, so that is 12 ml, and we divide number of feeds minus fluid volume is that this is the amount of IV fluids which is to be given. Okay, so this on day 1 we have already studied that we give 10% dextrose. We can calculate 8 hourly also, or we can calculate as we have studied 24 hours. Okay, so 84 divided by 24 will give you 3.5. Because it is 3.5, so we will give 4 drops per minute. Okay, so this is how you start. Now is same baby for day 2. Now for day 2 this baby requires 95 ml. Okay, and the fluid requirement is 114 ml. Now 10 ml was given on day 1. The baby has tolerated, so we give an increment of 20 ml. So 10 plus 20 is now 30 ml per kg. Okay, so this 36 ml, this we will give 36 ml per kg into 1.2. So that way we get 36 ml. Okay, so for this 36 ml we are planning to give 2 hourly. So 12 into 3, that is 36 ml. That is we give 2 hourly, that is 12 feeds in a day, and each feed will be 3 ml. So that is number of feeds in so total fluid volume is 114, that this volume minus 36 will give 78. So this we again it is day 2. So for first 2 days we give 10% dextrose. We had already studied the reasons. So this 78 divided by 24 will give you 3.2. Because it is 0.2, that is why we need to give 3 drops per minute. Now we'll say baby for day 3. Okay, now day 3, because the baby is tolerating well, we can have an increment of 20 to 30 ml. So we started with 10 ml, then we started with then because the baby was tolerating, so 10, then we gave an increment of 20, and now the baby is tolerating, so we have a scope for giving 20 to 30 ml per day. So 20 ml already the baby was getting, so this is the increment part. So this is 50 ml into 1.2 kg is 60 ml. Okay, so again we are planning to give 2 hourly, so 12 times we are giving 5 ml, so that way it is 60 ml. So 132 is the requirement, minus 60 is 72 ml. Because it is day 3 and if the baby is passing urine 5 to 6 times a day, then we plan to give us Isolite P. And because this is 72 divided by 24 will give you 3 drops. Now is on day 5. the same baby on day 5. So total fluid requirement is 140 ml. Okay, 1.2 kg you multiply, so 168 ml. We increase by 30 ml per kg, reduce the feed accordingly. So 50 plus now plus 60 ml. 30 we had already given. Okay, now we are giving now 60 ml. Okay, so this 110 into 1.2 kg is 132 ml. So on day 5 what we find is 12 feeds into 11 ml, so that is 132. So 168 minus 132 is 36 ml. So no IVF fluids to be given as the amount of breast milk is more than 2/3 of the total fluid requirement. Okay, more than 2/3 of the total fluid requirement. Okay, इसलिए there is no need to give IV fluids because the baby is consuming breast milk which is more than 2/3 of the total fluid requirement. Okay. Now is calculation of fluids as per weight of the child. Now weight loss more than 5%. If the weight loss is more than 5%, how to calculate 5%? 5 by 100 into the birth weight. Okay, or maybe on a day wise we can calculate. So 5 by 100 into weight of the child, and then we calculate it on a daily basis. Then only we can identify whether the baby is losing weight more than 5% or not. Okay, so if there is no weight loss or weight gain, we know that normally the baby will lose weight. Okay, but if there is no weight loss or if there is no weight gain, then we don't give the daily increment. Increment matlab, if you remember that slide which was showing the table of the fluid requirement, some baby who was getting 60 ml on day one will get 75 ml on day 2 or maybe 80 ml. So this is increment, matlab gradually it is increasing. But if there is no weight loss or weight gain, then we need to, when we don't give the daily increment, matlab weight जो 60 was converted into 80 or maybe 75 ml, that will not be given. We will continue with the previous day. Okay, and suppose if the weight loss is more than 5%, then we add the fluid volume by 10 ml for 1 day. Okay, if the loss is more than 5%, then what we do is whatever is the fluid requirement. Suppose if the fluid requirement is 75 ml, then we add plus 10 is 85 ml. I think a concept is clear. What you need to do is you have to take a daily weight. Then you see whether weight loss is there or not. If a weight loss is there, how much percent? If the weight loss is more than 5%, okay? If the weight loss is more than 5%, how to calculate 5%? 5 by 100 into the weight on the previous day. Then you see the difference, okay? If it is more than 5%, then what we need to do is whatever is the requirement on day 2 or maybe next day, we add 10 ml to it. Okay, second situation is there is no weight loss or weight gain, neither the weight has been lost nor weight gain. So what we do on the initial 3 days, on the first 3 days, then what we do is we don't give the daily increment. Daily increment means that 15 to 20 ml which was increasing on a daily basis, that will not be given. Okay, now third situation is weight gain more than 3 to 5%. Okay, suppose if the weight gain is more than 3 to 5%, day 1, day 2, day 3, if the difference between it is more than 3 to 5%, then decrease the fluid intake by 15 to 20 ml. So whatever is that allotted daily increment, we have to subtract 15 to 20 ml. I think the concept is clear. Now we have 3 situations. The weight remains same for initial 3 days, don't give the daily increment. If there is weight loss of more than 5%, then add 10 ml to the requirement of that particular day. If there is a weight gain, then we decrease the fluid volume by 15 to 20 ml. So whatever is the fluid requirement on that particular day, we decrease it by 15 to 20 ml. Okay. Now this is an activity exercise. Calculate fluid for 1600 gram. On day 1 the baby is having this much, and day 2 1518 grams. Okay. Now calculate fluid 1600 gram. 60 ml is a requirement, 1.6 96 ml. divided by 24 is 4 drops, and there is no change. Why? Because it is day 1. Now day 2 is 1518. So 1600 minus 1518 is 82 grams. So 5% of weight loss is 5 by 100 into previous day, that is 1680 grams. Okay. As the weight loss is more than 5%. Okay. देखो ये difference is 1600 minus 158 is 82 grams. The difference is 82 grams, where the 5% of the weight loss was 80 grams. So 2 grams the weight is more. So what we need to give is, as the weight loss is more than 5%, add 10 ml. So that is 75 was the allotted on day 1. So we add 10 ml. So 85 ml we need to give, 85 ml per kg. So 85 into 1.6 is 136, divided by 24 is 24 hours. So that is 5.6 drops. 5.6 drops means, because it is 0.6, so we need to give 6 drops per minute. Now let's calculate fluid for 1800 gram birth weight neonate on following days. Day 1 it is 1800 grams, on day 2 is 1880 grams. Okay, suppose if this is the situation, then day 1 no issue. Why? Because there is no change at all. Day 2 what you find is there is a difference of 80 grams. So 3% of weight gain is 3 by 100 into 1800. What is 1800 weight on the previous day? That is 50 grams. 5% is 90 grams. Okay. So what we have is difference of 80 grams. Okay. So 3% of weight gain is 54 grams. So difference is 90. Difference is more than 3%. Okay. It is not more than 5%, it is more than 3%, but our criteria is 3 to 5%. Okay. So as the weight gain is more than 3%, we decrease 15 to 20 ml. That is 75 ml was the allotted ml. What we need to do is, because their weight gain is more than 3%, we decrease it by 15 ml. Okay. So that comes to 60. So 60 into 1.8 is the weight, and this is the answer. We divide it to 24, 4.5, because it is 0.5. So that is why we need to give 5 drops per minute. Now what is the role of nurse? We have to check weight daily. We have to calculate what is the fluid requirement. We have to see for sign of weight loss and weight gain, and we have to start enteral feeding as early as possible. And when you start enteral feeding, we have to be very vigilant whether the baby is tolerating feed or not. Okay. Now this is the requirement of IV fluids. Okay. So what I had shown in the table was the fluid requirement for the first 7 days, but the baby may require fluids even after 7 days. So this is how we calculate. For a patient weighing less than 10 kg, the baby should receive 100 ml per kg per day. Okay. So this is on general. On general, this is the formula what we do. Suppose if the weight is less than 10 kg, then the baby should receive 100 ml per kg per day. If the patient weighs less than 20 kg, then what we need to give is, we need to give 1000 ml plus what we give is 50 ml per kg per day. Okay. For each kilogram between 10 to 20 kg. Okay. For example, the baby's weight or the child's weight is 12 kg. So what is the difference of 2 kg? That is 10 plus 2 is 12 kg. So what we need to give is, suppose if the weight is 12 kg, we need to give 1000 ml plus 50 into 2. Why 2? Because 10 plus 2 is 12 kg. So 50 into 2 is 100. So a child who is weighing 12 kg will get 1100 ml per day. Okay. So this is how you calculate for babies who are less than 20 but more than 10. For babies, for children who are more than 20 kg, 1500 we have to give plus 20 ml per kg per day for each kilogram over 20. Okay. So we have to see what is the weight of the child beyond 20 kg. Suppose if it is the child's weight is 25 kg. So the difference is 5 kg after 20. So 5 into 20. So that is 100. So 1500 plus 100 is 1600 ml. So this is how you calculate the IV fluids. Okay. Now this requirement of IV fluids, normal saline, they contain sodium and chloride, so that is why we usually see. I had talked about 10% X2, so that was the requirement for those sick neonates on day 1 and day 2. Okay, but normally what the usual fluids what we require is sodium and chloride. These are the requirements specially for dehydration. This and dehydration is the most common criteria when the baby requires IV fluids. Okay, so in cases of dehydration, this is what we do. Okay, so suppose if the baby has some gastrointestinal surgery, so normal, instead of normal saline, maybe different IV fluids will be maybe given. But here we are talking about those babies who are dehydrated, and I am talking about dehydration because dehydration is one of the most common issues where the baby requires IV fluids. So normal saline, we give normal saline because it contains sodium and chloride, and this replaces fluid and prevents or corrects some of the electrolyte imbalances. Okay, so this not only replaces the fluid, apart from that it corrects the sodium and chloride, which are the electrolytes which are lost. Okay, now normal saline is an isotonic solution. Okay, and it stays in intravascular space and expands the intravascular compartment. What is intravascular? Intravascular means inside the blood vessels. Okay, so normal saline what it does is it stays in the intravascular space, and because it is staying in the intravascular space, this expands the intravascular compartment. Now this fluid resuscitation. Suppose if the baby is severely dehydrated, then the baby has to be given IV fluids. So isotonic fluid boluses, normal saline is the initial approach to the child with moderate to severe dehydration. So what we give is 20 ml per kg. Maximum 1 liter can be given. So this is given over 20 minutes in the child with moderate dehydration and as fast as possible with severe dehydration. Okay, so this is what is bolus. 20 ml per kg of body weight. Okay, so we give it for 20 minutes to a child with moderate dehydration, but if it is a case of severe dehydration, we give the child as fast as possible. Okay, so may require up to 60 ml per kg within first 1 to 2 hours depending on the severity of dehydration. Okay, so initially we give rapid administration of either 0.9% sodium chloride or lactated ringer lactate solution, because these are isotonic crystalloids, and additional fluid boluses may be required if the child is having severe dehydration. Okay, so that was all about fluid calculation. I hope that you have understood very clearly what is the amount of fluids to be given, how to start the enteral feeding, what is the ml which is required, how to give increment on a daily basis. This is all what we studied on previous day and today. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you.